Hi, this is Seer. This is gonna be my first pulls. I'm gonna do a couple of pulls just to get to 40, so I should hopefully have enough. And with the new Engage banner. Obviously, the most important unit on here is going to be Albert, Alfred, because he has the Arcane Lance, and I really want that for my New Year's Leagjarn and Sharina because I feel like she deserves better. And I wouldn't, I would be okay with the other units, but I don't necessarily prefer them just because, well, other than Alir, because I actually do like Alir, even though people don't really like the design. I prefer the male Alir better, but it's still something that I'm gonna go for because it's just a good unit. You can tell just based off the weapons that they have. So we're gonna go right in. Okay, so no reds, and they give you a colorless even though there's no colorless. So I'm gonna go with a blue. Nope, nothing. Well, that's great. Love that. I'm gonna keep going and do the other blue one. I'm pretty much gonna keep pulling every uh, every orb and except for the colorless ones. Like if there's a majority of colorless, I'm not gonna pull it. But in this case, like since there's just one, 3 orbs isn't bad, and it helps us get towards pity. So I'm gonna fill everything, and so far not doing that great. Love that energy. I guess we're carrying that energy on into 2023 of just a bunch of green, or not green, a bunch of 3-star units. And nope, it's Felicia. Okay, well, I do have tickets, so we're gonna use that. Okay, some red, blue. You know, I'm personally really excited for Engage to come out because I've actually never had a Fire Emblem game that came out during the time that I was actually playing Fire Emblem. Because when Three Houses came out, I took a break from Fae because I was just kind of over the whole like pity system and all that. And it was worse back then because in the beginning they didn't have like this where it's like you pull 40 times and you can get a guaranteed one like unit that you want. And drove me crazy, so I stopped playing. But I'm back because I just like the design of the characters and like the stories that they have. It's just amazing. And Engage, I'm looking forward to it. I know that there's like a lot of different opinions and like their designs and stuff, but I personally think that their designs are cool. And I know some people thought that the anime style is kind of like overdone. Like they like the more traditional ones like in the earlier games, but I don't know, I feel like it's fun. Like that's kind of like what a lot of people remember or know Fire Emblem for is like the anime style. And sure, it is kind of a little goofy. Oh, favorite character right there, Soren. He should win CYL. Um, but yeah, Engage, I feel like there's a lot of things that can be done with CY, or not CYL, with Engage. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna play as a male character because, like I said, I just prefer him better. Um, the female Lear is okay too. I don't know, it just seems not as great. I do agree with some of the criticism though, because I don't necessarily like that their hair color is like very strong colors. But I have a feeling that maybe they're gonna end up having one color versus the other, or maybe not necessarily that, but just something else, where certain situations they only have one color. Because you can kind of hint at it in the trailers that they had, where Alir was like upset or like distraught in some way, and it was turning like the hair was turning more like red than it was blue, which already sounds like a sign of like the Fallen banner having Alir, both of them on it probably. You know, they have never done um, a duo Fallen unit, but honestly, they could probably do something like that. But I guess it would just depend, because most characters that are Fallen, they don't, so to speak, fall together. Um, they're usually individuals from different sections in the Fire Emblem history and stuff, but yeah, I think that would be a good idea. I am also curious to know if they're actually going to end up having, like, what's it called? Like, if they're actually going to end up having them as twins instead of just one person that's interchangeable. Where, kind of like how in Genshin, where it's like, oh, these are twins, you can pick from these two, but then the other one's just going to be the bad version. And I hope so, because I don't really like that, oh, this is the same character and all the same things can happen to that same one. And I guess we'll see. So, I haven't gotten anything, clearly, and we're already halfway through the 40, so love this. This is great. I'm hoping that I can at least get like a Lear, one Lear and one Al. I just said his name. It's not. Is it Albert? I'm gonna say Albert. I don't feel like it's Albert. Well, that's a Henry, clearly. And then just still red. No blue. And you would think that with Chloe on there, you would have a higher chance of it. But I hate when the pity is, goes like so high and it's like, well, could you at least give me something to show for all this time I've wasted on this? But this is definitely not at all as good as my other like summoning video with like Gunthra, because at least with Gunthra I was able to get like multiple copies of her and then also Creed unintentionally, and in even less orbs I feel like I don't think my pity on that banner ever went past like does it start at 4? I think it starts at 4, or maybe it starts at 3. Okay, well, regardless, if it started at 4, it definitely didn't go any further than like 4.5. And if it started at 3, it probably didn't go any further than like 4 or so. And I was sniping them too, so that they just need to bring that energy to the new ones too. Because everyone knows, or IS knows, that people don't really care about when they're pulling on the banner. They're not looking to get pity broken or anything like that. Okay. A Lear, maybe? Nope. Selena. God. Okay, so maybe we'll get Celine. And Celine, I like her design, and I think she's cool, and I'm probably gonna end up using her a lot, Faye. And like in the beginning of Engage until I get more accustomed to like who the other characters are. But I don't know. I don't necessarily like vibe with her aesthetic too much, because it's very like fairy princess and stuff like that, which is fine for the people to like that, but I'm just not too keen on it. And I definitely don't like his brother's outfit. I think that's just too regal, and it's not very aesthetically pleasing to me personally. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's no point in going for the greens. Tiki. But seeing as how that's the only thing that's around, like, then I'll just pull it, I guess. Nope, Lex. That's insane. We're already at 450 and still nothing. Yep. Honestly, I wouldn't even be too mad if they were like, oh, you just keep getting a bunch of 4 stars. But every time I get a 3 star, I feel like my heart just dies every time. Okay, so we're gonna pull the whole thing. I think that it's really annoying that the color list isn't like if that orb color isn't in the banner. Like I feel like they should remove it or like fully decrease the chances of it appearing there because that's just so irritating. Or limit it so it's like you randomly get a selection but you won't. Yes, finally something. Celine. What are her stats? Of course, she has speed negative, or Bane. Her weapon's pretty good, but I'm pretty sure she's supposed to have speed. At least she has canto control, so if I really feel like it, I guess I could fodder her to my Chrom, Valentine Chrom, because apparently that's like really good. I don't really do the summoner duels that much because I don't know, my brain just can't wrap my head like wrap around it. It's just so difficult for me to like fully be sure on like what it is. So I mean, it is what it is. Robin. You know, some of the art is still good. Like he has his refined or resplendent version, but I still like the regular version. I don't have the uh resplend. What did I call it? Oh no way! A Lear, Dragon Child. The art for Faye on this is still really good. I feel like the art in Engage isn't as good. Oh. Phoenix Master Curse, why is it minus attack? At least plus speed, and I feel like that's kind of like the point of her. Because of the close call, attack speed ideal, speed smoke 4, very good fodder. But I just can't think of who I would give close call 4 to. So I'm just going to keep her. Okay, so this is going to be the last of it. Okay, so 1 red, or 1 blue. And it's nothing, it's Sugar Ray. That's so sad. I'm gonna get out of this, and obviously pull for the 1 unit that is the most important on this banner. Alfred. Why do I keep calling him Albert? I feel like I called him Albert like the ton. And with Albert... Oh, Alfred. God, I literally just did it again. So now I can finally go and get my Leagjarn and inherit the weapon. But honestly, oh, another thing, like they added New Year's backgrounds, and I think it's amazing. Like that's pretty great. And I didn't realize that with him you actually have to get silver lance, and I was not going to just waste that canto or that trace skill. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back to that. So honestly, that self-improver skill, insane. Like in what world would that be necessary? So honestly, I should have just left it. I don't know why it keeps going, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you get better gacha luck than I did when it comes to the roll. But I appreciate the time that it took to for the IS to make it. But give me better rolls next time. All right. Thank you for joining and have a good one. Like and subscribe. Forgot about that. Bye.